Hello people and welcome back to Random Issue, the series where I'll spin a wheel that will eventually land on a random issue of a comic series. Forever People Issue 3, Life vs. Anti-Life. This is a very fun story. If you've not read it, I heavily suggest reading it yourself. It's part of Jack Kirby's fourth webtoon stories. It's really good. And me talking about it will never do it proper justice. By the way, when I said this story was fun, the more proper word to use was probably more entertaining. Because it's not fun implies it's very whimsical and happy. When it's not, this story's quite dark. Even with obviously the bright colours of older comics and like how certain dialogue is written, this comic's quite dark of a concept. Now, for those who do not know who the Forever People are, they're a group of new gods from New Genesis. They're quite young and they're referred to as hippies in this a lot of the times. So basically, in this, they're hippies with superpowers. But they come down from New Genesis to Earth to try and find someone who knows the anti-life equation before Darkseid himself finds that person. This story specifically focuses on the introduction of Glorious Godfrey. Now, Glorious Godfrey is from Apocalypse, aka where Darkseid and all that is from, and it's not necessarily a power he has, but his main thing is he manipulates people. He can make people follow his orders because he can manipulate them to think what he's saying is right, and he teaches people anti-life. aka to be basically okay being ordered around by one person in charge, and he ends up making all these people into justifiers to try and hunt down the Forever People. And it's very obvious what they're meant to be symbolizing and who they're meant to be. I'll say some lines from the comic and you'll get the idea. But at that moment, swooping down upon the unsuspecting city, this is the part of town we want. The people we've chosen as targets live here. Move in swiftly before the swine realize what's happening. Seize as many as you can. Don't bother to discriminate. The women and children are as hated as the men. Break in the doors, waste no time on mercy, drag them out, treat them rough. Listen to their cries, I've been waiting to do this for years. Get going, we'll show them what we do with your kind. They then also go on to burn down libraries and a lot of other really horrible acts. And I think it's very clear who these characters are meant to be representing. If you don't know, then maybe connect some dots. But it makes sense, it's Jack Kirby, a Jewish writer, so I think it makes sense he would want to maybe explore a story like this. I mean, he already has with a character like Heatmonger, who's actually quite similar to Glorious Godfrey in that way. Both are characters who manipulate people to hate on certain groups of people. So at the end of the day, one person wins. That person being Glorious Godfrey, or the Hate Monger, or even Darkseid, because Darkseid very much does the same thing. Anyway, like I was saying about the story, it focuses on the Justifiers trying to hunt down the Forever People. The Justifiers wearing like very medieval-esque costume designs, kinda Juggernaut-esque looking with the helmet and all that, and they're just like pure brute force commanded by Glorious Godfrey. Godfrey is also a very interesting character. He is full on like a showman. His entire thinking way is like an act to get people to join him. He is very much someone who's only powerful if people will listen to him. Because without the Justifiers and all the people listening to what he's saying, he's just quite weak. His power to make people do as he says is not a power. It's never been stated to be a power from my knowledge, besides maybe some stuff. But he very much is just this person who can put on this very charming act and get people to listen, very much like some real life people. The artwork is by Jack Kirby, so it's obviously really good. It very much has his style and like overall look. I like Jack Kirby's artwork. I think it looks really good at times, especially in the kind of Fourth World stuff. Like New Gods has some really good art in it. Same with Mr. Miracle. This also has some really nicely done drawings and everything. One interesting thing about this issue specifically is the Forever People don't win. They end up being captured at the end. What isn't something super big in comics, like big I mean as a big deal, multiple comic issues ends with something bad happening to tie into the next issue. Now I did debate talking about the next issue as it deals with the Sad and his entire kind of character, but I decided to just leave it and talk about this story specifically. Darkseid also appears in this story at the end, but I very much like how Jack handles Darkseid. He's just a presence of a character. Immediately when he shows up, he's the big bad. He is the thing you need to be worrying about and thinking about. 'Cause immediately, Godfrey is now just a side villain to him. He is nowhere near the level Darkseid is, and Darkseid knows that, with him even mocking Godfrey. Overall, this is just a very good comic issue in my opinion. Most of the New God comics and Forever People and Mr. Miracle are all really good. If you've not read them, I highly suggest reading them, because it's made by Jack Kirby, who's done a lot for comics, and they just are very well done and like are very creative and build entire worlds. They're just good. There's nothing else to say really. Feel free to comment your thoughts on the comic, and yeah, I have more comic book related content on my channel if you want to check that stuff out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want, you can like the video, even dislike it if you want. But yeah, that's all, and goodbye.